One of my favourite things about this parliament is that Western Sydney found a genuine advocate to put into the parliament, not somebody who was a party apparatchik or somebody who was using it as a stepping stone to become Prime Minister. That's why we were so behind Dai Lee's candidacy and so celebrating of her as the member for Fowler, and she's in the man cave now, because many reasons to catch up and chat, and I'm loving seeing you on breakfast television, and I'm loving seeing you in lots of different places and you becoming a bit of a go-to, which is awesome. Today you decided to talk about cost of living. You talk about it all the time.
All the time, since I got elected, Paul.
But petrol in particular. This government made a decision to increase petrol. They got more money than they planned. They would be able to do something about it. They said it was time to change the government when it was less than $2. It's more than that in your electorate now.
Oh, absolutely. You know, actually tomorrow, a year from tomorrow, was when I asked the government to really consider extending the fuel excise tax cut. Yep. Which the previous government under Scott Morrison, discounted the fuel excise. Therefore, that meant it flow on to cheaper fuel for the community, for people, for Australians, working Australians. They said, I remember the government said, we don't have the money in the budget. But of course, as we know, I think they raked in in 2021, according to the Parliamentary Budget Office, about $18 billion in fuel excise.
Yep.
So you think, well, there's money there.
Well, and then
right?
and then them themselves are out there saying, how good are we? We've got a budget surplus of $22 billion.
Yes.
This decision costs $3 billion every 6 months. If you've got extra cash...
That's right, exactly. And you know what? It actually is non-inflationary, because if you're talking about inflationary,
Agree
it's non-inflationary. And also, it not just targeting to assist one certain group of people, but actually the majority of working Australians.
Correct.
And you know, today I was just out there, doing a quick interview, and the guy who owns the petrol station said to me, it has gone up, and he goes, not only the petrol, I mean, he said we have to put it up, but the rent where he is has doubled as well.
This is it.
So we're not only seeing petrol prices going up, and I keep on saying this, the majority of the people in my electorate of Fowler, and I have no doubt the rest of Western Sydney and the rest of the country, are working very hard and are struggling to put food on the table, paying the interest rates in terms of their mortgages. But also now, I can tell you, our insurances have gone up.
This is the next big issue.
That's right. Car insurance, house insurance has gone up, right? And because we don't see it, because we'll pay it on an annual basis, we will see it at the next one. But so not only have petrol prices gone up, the cost of food have gone up, bread and milk. I went to Woolies a few days ago to talk to some workers in Liverpool, and they said that, look, you know, they have never seen so many people now avoiding to buy fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. They are now going towards frozen food, as well as home brand. There's nothing wrong with home brand.
No, but
I'm just saying that that's right. They're kind of making a way, you know, finding ways to cut costs, and people don't spend anymore. We will know that people do not spend anymore.
So when you're in the parliament and you hear a question come up about this, or you ask a question and they turn around and say, well, we've done this about childcare and we've done this about this this payment. It's going, you're missing the actual point, right?
Oh, look, I do. I keep on saying, I said, we are actually living in a Canberra bubble. And I have no doubt, sometimes I'm thinking, you know, dude, am I the one with the problem here? Yeah, I'm the one with the problem
here. No, you're not. That's why we love you.
Because I'm thinking, do I keep talking about the Canberra bubble? Because I'm in Canberra and I don't want to be in the bubble. Yeah. I really want to be out there, and I am out there understanding my community's concerns and my community's sort of struggles in Struggle Street in Western Sydney. And I think, you know, let's talk about how can we... The fuel excise, lowering the petrol prices.
The things government can help with, they should help with.
That's right.
Again, they're not going to be able to set the price of milk. They're not, you know, the Greens aren't in control yet. But these are the things they can. And when they've got extra, they can do. Just quickly before you go, and I don't want to get into your position, but just how the community discusses the voice vote. They all have to vote.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I caught a lift down today from my office, and a woman of Chinese descent said to me, you know, this voice thing, what is it? You know, I don't know what to do. And then she goes, how are you going to vote? Can you please tell me? I said, look, voting is private and it's a secret ballot in Australia, but I explained to you what it is about. I said it's the government's decision to create an advisory body that will be in the Constitution to recognise and to, you know, for the Indigenous community. She said, I'm voting no.
Oh, wow.
She said that's right. I said, oh, okay. My
You didn't put a spin
stance
on
is
it,
that
you just-
I just gave an explanation about what,
Yeah, 100%.
because she didn't understand what it was. So I gave that explanation. She said, I'm going to tell my people. I'm going to communicate to everybody.
So again, this is something that we really should sit down with a whole hour and talk
Yes.
about this, about how communities that might be getting information from the mainstream and then localised information as well, about what debate is playing out there. Are you seeing ads in certain local newspapers? Is it nothing?
No, like not in Fowler, people don't come. I mean, there's one or two people who are passionate about it and said to me, but look, the people, I have an email of a guy who said, listen, you're a politician, don't tell me what to do. And that's what I don't want us politicians to tell people what they should do, because I believe that my multicultural community in Fowler are very intelligent. They know. I mean, the woman asked me, and as soon as she explained it, she goes, that's it. No.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go into any details. I didn't have to spin anything because we came down from a lift. So the people out there who've got the information will actually make the decision. But I do acknowledge there are one or two people who came to me and said, look, where's the Yes campaign? I said, well, there's nothing in here in Fowler, but next door in McMahon, I know that the Minister for Energy is running one. You can contact him.
Yeah, find out more that way. Di, I love your passion. You are just the Energizer Bunny. Well done.
Thank you,
Lovely
Paul.
to
Thanks
see
for
you.
having me here.
Look forward to that longer chat sometime very soon. All right.